Hi, and welcome back to Ascension. This is session 7, Faces in the Crowd. Enjoy.
We started last session in Valia's house.
Mm-hmm.
Like prepping for our journey, deciding where we were going. Our options were a forest path or a main road path. Forest being quicker but potentially more dangerous. Highway path being longer but more populated, less likely to be a problem, maybe? We chose the highway, unless things get dicey, and then we would swap over. It was going to be longer, and then we discovered that Ember can be a horse, and then we all became horse girls together, and it was very exciting. Beautiful. We got on the road. We talked about dandelions and being pretty but useless. And I think we've done like a few days of travel, and that's about it.
Yeah. So you've been on the road. It took you a day to get to the highway. And then you're settling down at the end of the first day after a lot of conversation, a lot of visions from everyone, from touching. Oh my God,
I completely forgot about
the
that.
rock as well. Yeah, no, you're good. Everyone had at least some level of it. A couple of you wanted to touch the stone twice, and it brought you into these visions, and you're all sort of reeling from the things you're seeing and learning and remembering. And we actually left off right as everyone was settling down. Ember, you had just tried to commune with several gods. And Dasha, you were on the watch when you felt that searing, stabbing remembrance of pain again. And that name shot forth from the darkest depths of your memory straight to the front again. And that name was Zaris. And that is Tzarus if you're playing along at home. So this name hits you like a ton of bricks. It is at first unfamiliar, and then suddenly all these memories come rushing back to you. Zaris Toth, Toth, was your right hand throughout your entire reign, particularly on the field of battle. One of your most trusted lieutenants. And you knew him very well. There was a deep trust there. But you also very much remember his voice. And the voice you heard about doing this for Seraphim when you were struck down. That was the voice of Zaris. And all this comes flooding back into your mind late on this quiet night in front of this campfire.
Yeah, I think she, get up and just starting to pace. And starting to mumble a little bit. The Seraphim. The war. Battle. Betrayal. What is it all for? Why even come back if they wanted something different? If he wanted something different, why even be here? What would be different second time? And it's just kind of ruminations like that of trying to piece things together in a kind of subjective way. Earlier, she had a little bit of a moment where she needed to go scream at a tree, let out some anger. I think this time, because it's just like a white hot knife with the name coming back, that it just feels so much more personal. It's not about letting it out. It's more about letting it sink in. So she's pacing and pacing during her watch.
Okay. And as you do that, as you sort of question why, if you would, because you are still on watch, if you would roll a perception check for me. But let's do it at disadvantage, because I would say you are distracted.
Yeah, she's not watching. Okay. That's a 3 and an 11. So let's see. Perception. That's a 5. A strong 5.
So you're right. You are on watch, and you are looking, but it's one of those 1,000-yard stares, I imagine, where a lot of it's going on up here. There's a lot of gears turning. Thankfully, it is a quiet night, though. You hear the crackle of the campfire and a bit of a breeze blowing through. You do as you're just sort of passively staring off, thinking through all these things, the gears turning. You see some darker clouds on the horizon rolling in. Maybe there's some inclement weather coming your way, but for now, the night is clear. And for the few hours that you remain in this state, it remains clear and uneventful.
Was I the third watch, or?
I think you were actually the first, because Ember did something right before going to sleep, and I think Emilia doesn't technically sleep, but sort of goes catatonic for a bit.
Okay. I'll wake, tap. Emilia, I'm going to rest now. You're good?
Mm-hmm. I got it.
All right, I didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. Easy.
Okay.
Okay, very tired. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Emilia, as you sort of come to, and Dasha passes the baton to you. If you would, please roll a perception check as well, if you'd like to. And yours would be a straight roll.
Okay. Perception. Oh, Lord. 13.
13. Okay, you experience much of what Dasha just described. Another calm night. You see the similar type of darker clouds rolling in on the horizon. I'm not quite sure when they may arrive or if they're coming your way, but looks like rain, maybe a storm. Beyond that, it's a quiet, uneventful few early hours of the morning.
She'll probably have found just like a dandelion to sit there and just mess with. And then eventually she'll go, am I the last one, or do we need Ember as well?
I would say Ember as well, I believe.
Because I think I can stay up. I think I only need like 4 hours of being catonic, so if I can just...
Sure, you could choose to let Ember rest if you want to. I would say that would be okay.
I mean, I'm down. We had a rough emotional day.
It was jam-packed, definitely. It was dense. So yeah, you're fine to do that.
Yeah, she'll just kind of look over at her, is like sleeping soundly, and she'll be like, she could sleep some. And then she'll just sit around until morning and then maybe go collect some dandelions for tea.
Yeah, you would have no issue with that. Again, sort of in these grassy fields on the side of the road. And as the sun starts to rise, you see the crowds start to come out of their tents and sort of makeshift shanty towns on the side of this road and start to set up. Traveling on their way, the merchants set back up as well. And a new day begins. And if we want to, I went ahead and determined last time who's going to roll survival for each day of travel. So you're welcome to do anything, have any conversations you'd like in the morning. And then when you're ready, Ember, it is on you to roll a survival check today.
18.
18. Okay. So we'll say that makes for a pretty easy day of travel. As you all set back out on the road, you see a lot of what you've seen before. Crowd sort of moving here and there, merchants peddling goods, people sort of barking at you from the side of the road, come try this, come try that. I have the best and all of Seraphim, all the various calls you hear from these salespeople. And as you walk along each day, I would like to invite everyone who wants to roll a perception check to sort of see what you take in along the road on this second day of travel along the highway.
Six.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. I would say, Dasha and Emilia, with your passive, you would pick up a lot of what I've described, the normal bustlings of the road. Ember, with your dirty 20, you overhear some conversations people are having. You hear some words that sort of ring bells for you about people seeing these sort of strange people that stand out, that seem to be wearing red of some color. And they're sort of moving in and out of crowds. They're talking to people. They're pulling people to the side of the road and sort of surrounding them out of view, asking questions. Very sort of odd behavior. You hear people sort of gossiping about that sort of thing.
Very quietly. Hopefully this isn't a time that she's a horse. Is it a time that she's a horse?
Last time I got to choose when you wanted to be a horse. So if you wanted to be a horse, I think you rolled last time whether or not you were a horse. So it's up to you.
It's a game of chance. Even she's a horse, odds she's not. Odds she's not. 19.
Okay.
I think you see Ember pull her hood up even further. She will very quickly, quietly, urgently to Kip in her head. Do you smell any of them here?
Are we talking about who I think we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is Kip's perception? I guess his wisdom.
Keen hearing and smell. He has advantage on wisdom checks that rely on hearing or smell. And for his wisdom score, he gets a plus, or perception skill, excuse me, he gets a +3.
Advantage with +3. Now, I can't recall. Do I roll for Kip or do you?
I'm cool if you want to roll.
I'll roll for Kip. Here we go. We'll see what he smells. Not bad. 15. I smell something. And he starts sort of following this sort of winding path throughout the crowd a little bit, nose to the ground, sniffing hard. You'll see like bits of dust coming up on his nose. He's really trying to take it all in. But he is walking sort of a winding path, no real rhyme or reason to it. And eventually he'll make his way back to you and say, I think they were nearby, but I don't see anything, Mom.
Good boy. And she gives him like little nuzzles. And then to Dasha and Emilia, trying not to draw any attention. The Crimson Cloaks have been here.
Oh,
They're pulling people off the road.
how do you know?
Just conversations that people are having off to the sides.
Oh.
But apparently they're pulling people off the road, asking them questions. From what I can tell, it's not violent in nature like it was in Retros, but they're close by.
Should we turn around or what should we do?
I think we should keep going. Can I send a sending?
You can send this in. And that actually reminds me, I owe you a response because you all did receive a response in the morning. But let's do yours first.
Oh.
Okay. Let me cast 3rd level sending. She pulls out a tiny piece of copper wire, twists it around her finger, and then slightly points. And it's to Valia.
Okay.
Crimson robes are nearby. Have you seen them? They are very dangerous. Comply. Do not make them angry. Stay safe, please.
I think you have 3 more words if you want to.
Do have 3 words, but I don't know what else to add in there.
Love you, bye. No.
Love you, bye.
You don't have to, no. Okay, so you send this to Valia, and you do receive a response fairly soon. And she'll say, I hope you're okay. No sign of them in Retris. I haven't been back to Ratius. We'll keep watch. Please stay safe.
They're not in Retris yet.
Well, that's good.
That is, so maybe we can make sure that they keep on the road rather than out there.
How are we supposed to do that?
Well, I think we have what they want. They're probably asking for us.
Well, the good thing is you were a leaf when they saw us, so at least they don't know what you look like.
She sits there and looks a little confused. Oh. I have a feeling they know all of us at this point.
Okay, so how do we get them to notice us again? Do we make a big scene? Start a big fire? Or, I don't know, just make a lot of noise? How do we get them to come to us? Or at least go away from Retris?
Do you have any ideas? She's looking at both of you.
We could talk really loudly about this cool blue rock we have, and then hang out by the side of the road. Because they said they were pulling people off the road, so if we were already over there by ourselves, then maybe they would come over there. Or is that a terrible idea?
I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think we're in a situation where you can, shoot an arrow into a bucket for the fish. This feels like you're shooting an arrow into the ocean for the fish.
Is that how people fish?
No, not really. But, it's easy when they're in a barrel just to, boop, shoot the fish. But right now we don't know where they're at. It's a big road.
What if we could know where they are?
You do? You think so?
What if we could know where they are? Has she seen that cloak close enough within 30 feet?
Within 30 feet.
Because they still wear the same cloaks that she saw while she was in prison too, right? So
Yeah, I would say it's definitely been a while since you were, I think, within 30 feet. Maybe during the sort of scampering away from Radius. What do you have in mind?
I can cast Locate Object.
Okay. How does that work?
It says, for Locate Object, describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction of the object's location if that object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know what direction it is going. The spell can locate a specific object known to you if you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once. Alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon.
Okay, does it tell you how far away it is? Or just the direction?
What direction, where it's moving, and if it's within 1,000 feet.
Okay. I would say you can do it. You could do it for either one. Now, they all wear different. The robes are similar, but they are individual robes. So if you wanted to do a specific member of these people that you've seen, that's one. If you just wanted to say the crimson robe or the crimson featureless mask, that would, I think, be the second one, sort of the general type of object that you mentioned. But it's your call.
Yeah, if she can, she would like to do... They're probably... Her line of thought is they probably are not wearing the mask. Maybe that would kind of scare people off. But the robes, people have been describing and gossiping about the robes. So hearing, find it. What if we can put them as fishes in the bucket? And she's starting to look for a forked twig on the road.
Forked twig. Yeah, I would say you probably wouldn't have much trouble, but if you wanted to do, because it has to be forked, do you want to do a investigation or survival?
Do y'all see a twig that looks like it has two pathways anywhere? And she's going to ask for help.
Yes, I will look.
There you go. You can take advantage.
Okay, advantage. That would be a 24 on the first one. Way lower.
You find a forked twig, yeah, with between all of you looking. Yeah, you find one. It's intact.
Okay, let's hope that this works. I've seen people cast this spell, but I have not actually done it myself. And she takes the forked twig and she breaks it and she casts locate object on the crimson cloak.
Okay, this is your first time doing this. What does this look like as Ember cast it?
I think for Ember, as that piece of twig breaks in half, you can almost see like spectral wolves making their way towards wherever that object would be, if it's within 1,000 feet.
What happens if the object is not within 1,000 feet?
I don't think you get anything. It only says you sense the direction of the object's location if that object is within 1,000 feet.
Okay. I would say because of that, you don't get what you're looking for in the spell. But you know, because of how it works, that you did the spell right, you selected the object right, it just must not be within 1,000 feet of you.
Okay. And it does stay up for 10 minutes. I don't know if that matters or not in this case. I don't feel anything yet. I don't feel a pull yet.
To the person?
To someone in a crimson cloak, so I don't think they're close enough. But I can keep casting it.
Okay. And we can also do what Emilia said and just kind of take a little bit of time. Because it sounds like they're out here. Anyways. But I think it would be good to maybe not avoid them. If they want to talk to us, I would like to flip the table. You know, I'd like to maybe have them take us aside and then us get control of the situation. I don't like I don't like being hunted. I like kind of getting the upper hand.
Do we need a table for that?
Sorry, I use so many metaphors, I know, but it's just... I want it to be no table. I want it to be...
No
if they take us to talk to us, I want it to be us talking to them.
There are 3 of us.
Yeah, and Kip, so 4.
There are 4 of us.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we were in Retris, they were organized, but they weren't as fast as us. They weren't as clever as us. They didn't do any cool tricks, so...
They were melting skin off of bones.
Maybe one-time thing.
I'm just a little scared.
Oh, sorry. I did the thing again where I thought we were wanting to be in charge. What are we doing here? Are we avoiding them? I thought we wanted to find them, but if we want to find them, what's the purpose if we don't confront them?
Well, if we can find them, at least we know what direction they're going, but if we confront them and we lose, we're handing it over.
Did the rumors you heard say where they were going?
Did we get a general direction? Like, is it like a bunch of people coming our way, or is it a bunch of people going the same way we are? Or
You didn't get a general direction, and also because it is gossip, you're not even entirely sure where it started. But people are spreading that it's been seen along the highway that this is happening. And the highway is many, many miles, so you're hearing this down the high fantasy telephone.
all I know is it's on the highway.
Okay.
So are we trying to catch their attention, or no?
Is it possible for us to catch their attention without flipping a table on them and getting melted?
I don't think so. I think if they notice us, if they're looking for the sad rock, then it's probably going to end that way anyways. It's okay if you don't want to confront them, because it sounds like it's probably similar to, the people that were, well, bad in the past for you.
Uh-huh.
So if you're not ready, we don't have to flip the table, but it probably means we can't get their attention.
Well, how do we flip the table?
We have to find a table first. I haven't seen anyone selling one.
All right. Yeah, the table is more of a way to describe the situation. Where they want us to sit at the table. And instead of sitting like they want, we flip it. No more table. And then we have the power, right?
No more table. Okay.
Perfect. Now you know how to use it in a sentence.
I got it.
Okay. So, I think with people like this, as we've seen, they're prone to violence. One way we flip the table is barter. That's always one way. To use our wits and our wiles. The other way is to, well, probably read the situation to see if there's a cut and run situation. If they want to be violent and we don't want to be violent back, we just try to leave altogether. You can be a horse. Maybe they don't have horses. I don't know. Those are two things, though. Usually, you try to talk, or if you can, retreat. And then it's not always like despicable to retreat, especially if you don't feel like you can win. Most of the time, it just turns out to be, can I run faster than them? And if so, you won, right? Retreat can always mean that you win later. So we have options, but I want you to make a decision, Ember, since these guys have not been nice to you.
I don't think they've been nice to anyone, really. I mean, they were shooting at all of us. Ember looks very uncomfortable.
Oh.
And Ember is going to probably sit in that for a while.
Maybe now that we know people are talking about it, we can pay attention and see if anybody mentions something recent or important to find out where they are.
Yeah. Open ears.
And about this time, Dasha, you feel a bit of a buzz from the sending stone that you had that you used the night before. And you do receive a response from Malin. And what you hear in his familiar, sort of happy-go-lucky, curious tone is, "Hey, I'm alive, keeping an eye open. We're headed out west. Are you guys okay? I miss you guys. Ask me any questions."
Okay. All right, I heard back from Malin. For a second, I was a little dazed. Okay, he says hello, he misses us, and he wants us to ask him questions, so...
Does he know about flipping tables?
Well, to be honest, I don't know if you would know the turn of phrase, but I would say, based on his father, he's probably seen a table flipped or two. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So do I answer back right now, or...
Well, we know he has the stone right now. And we don't want Merv to hear the questions we have to ask.
Okay, so he's game to answer questions. He wants to talk to us, so... Do I just say, I'm going to trust you not to tell your dad about what I ask?
I feel like we could trust Mal, but he's probably going to have questions too.
Probably.
Because what we're about to ask isn't really an easy couple questions. Like, did you burn Emilia's old body? Were you hired by Emilia's dad? Did you burn a bunch of innocent people in a tavern?
Could we rephrase the question to be more stealthy?
Will he pick up on it?
You read Dasha's face like there's real doubt there.
Did we decipher how old he looked in the vision? Like,
I would say it's tough to tell exactly because he looks pretty young right now. I would say you could put some context clues together and think he was younger, and you know how long since your awakening. So it's probably been about that amount of time, given the theory that you're sort of running on now.
mm.
Quick question for you, Emilia. Do you know your father's name?
No. We've just always called him father. And when we would go into town, we would say that we worked for the Von Einzburg house. So when I left, I took the Von Einzburg last name. But that's all I know. I never thought to ask him.
Well, Von Einzburg is something to go off of. Maybe we could ask if he knows the name.
Above table, when Emilia introduced herself to Malin and his father, did they react to her last name?
They did not.
Noted.
Not that you picked up on.
Not saying much then. Okay.
Do you have any idea of how long ago that was?
I awakened 3-ish years ago now, I think.
Maybe we could ask something along the lines of, does he remember a tavern on fire 3 years ago? If so, what does she remember? Or something along those lines?
That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Anything else y'all would want to add to it?
He did not seem to recognize me, so I don't think he saw me through the window.
Do we mention the pit of bodies? Do we mention that?
I don't think he was there, or I didn't see him.
Okay.
Maybe we could follow up with that one?
Yeah. Okay, so we start. Do you remember setting a tavern on fire 3 years ago? Tell us about it. We trust you, not your dad, okay?
Go for it.
Do I mention that this is related to the Sad Rock?
Maybe not yet.
Okay. Take out the stone. Okay, we miss you too, I guess. So, first question. Do you remember setting a tavern on fire 3 years ago? Just so you know, we trust you. Not your dad.
Let me count that real quick.
Okay.
I will say it cut off at the word we. So the message that will go through. I know the first time we didn't do that, but now I'm going to try to be better about that. So what message goes through if you think back to what you said? Because you did just sort of stream of consciousness talking to this rock. Okay, we miss you too, I guess. So first question, do you remember setting a tavern on fire 3 years ago? Just so you know, we.
Perfect. Okay. I don't know if it all went through, but the question definitely he will hear it. So we sit back and wait.
And it does go through. You're familiar with the use of it. You know that message made its way, and we'll see when you receive a response.
I'm a bit nervous. Are you a bit nervous?
I don't think so. Emilia?
I feel like I should be upset if he was the reason I died, but I don't really want him to feel upset. He seemed upset by the tavern being on fire. I don't think he meant it.
Merv probably did.
He also didn't seem to recognize me. Maybe there was somebody else in the tavern that they were looking for.
Maybe. But I'm curious to see how he responds. I'm not nervous about it. He's a good kid in a pretty gray world. And people always try to justify what's necessary or unavoidable in tough situations. So we'll hear what he has to say. And then you can see how you feel. And it's okay if you are upset with him. Or Merv, because Ember's right, it was probably Merv.
Okay.
Guess only time will tell. We'll be all right.
And I'd say at this point, you're able to continue about your day of travel. There are various, again, merchants around if you wanted to check anything out. Otherwise, we can just go through day of travel back to the evening, setting up camp.
What kind of things do we see for sale?
You see all kinds of stuff. This is like sort of a highway-long bazaar going on where there's all different types of food and clothing and jewelry. You see a few weapons as well. You see all kinds of different trinkets. You don't see any tables for sale, but you do see a lot of people selling things off of tables. There are certainly tables around. So anything you might be looking for, I would say we can roll on certain things based on its rarity, but it would probably have to be pretty rare to not be found here. I've got a few things written down as far as what we can roll on a chaos die to see if it might be around based on what you're looking for. And this is open to anyone.
Okay. For Ember, she is specifically glancing over at the shopkeepers and things like that for a couple items. And the first one is a jeweled horn or a glass eye.
If you would, roll me a... Let's do a D20, please.
17.
Yeah, you were able to find one. You were able to walk up to... there's a vendor on the side of the road. Sort of this very dark olive skin, tanned man with a shaved head. He was like, yes, come one, come all, to Victor's Victuals. How may I help you?
Do you have any glass eyes?
Of course, I've got one right here. And he pops out his eye.
Oh my goodness, put that back in!
Okay, it's used. I will give you a discount. And he pops it back in. I have several unused ones, as far as you're concerned. Right over here, if you'd like one.
You said there's a discount.
Well, this one is used. Do you want this one?
You said there's a discount.
I normally sell them for about 100 gold. I'll give it to you for 95.
Can we make it 90? I mean, it has been in your eye socket, and those are kind of unsanitary.
Roll me a persuasion check, if you would.
Oh, God. Can I guidance myself?
Yeah, you certainly can. Why not?
Okay, that is an 8. 12.
$93.
I can do 93.
Okay, you have a deal. He pops it out again, and he like shines it in his shirt a little bit, and then holds it out in his hand, and holds his other empty hand out to you.
Well, thank you so much. And do you have a horn as well? Like one that's pretty and sparkly?
Oh, pretty. It's in the eye of the beholder, as they say. And he reaches back and grabs one of the other glass eyes and pops it into his eye socket. Now this one's discounted for the next person. And he goes back and looks through his wares. And if you would, roll me another D20 for the jeweled horn.
17.
He turns back around and he has this sort of ornate looking drinking horn that has some various different colored gems sort of bejeweled, bedazzled around it. Hands it over and says, is this what you're looking for?
That is perfect. Are you doing discounts on this one as well, since I'm buying 2 things?
Well, I mean, I haven't drank anything out of this one, but what's your best offer?
90.
Roll another persuasion check for me.
Okay. That is a 19 plus 3. Yeah, for a 22.
You make a convincing argument. I like a repeat customer, which you technically are now, so we'll do it for 90. And he hands it over in exchange for, I think it's 183 you owe him total.
Thank you kindly.
Of course. Which direction are you heading?
Noiris.
Noiris, you have a ways to go. So hopefully if you get thirsty or lose an eye, you'll be good.
I believe I am covered on both ends. Thank you.
Tell your friends about Victor.
She'll turn around to Dasha and Emilia. This is Victor.
As I'm also looking for things, but not as anatomical. I am a little bit of a fighter. I like a weapon, but I cast magic sometimes too, so anything to help boost or store. I also like long weapons. I got short arms, so extra reach.
Okay, let me see what I might have. I have quite a collection. Okay, if you would please roll me a D20.
Oh, okay. 14.
He will turn around and start rummaging through his things again. And while he's rummaging, if you would, roll me one more die. Roll me a D4.
Hey. 3.
Oh, 3. He will turn around and like fish out of this large barrel almost a halberd. Turn around to you and say, "This looks about your size, right? Like to try it on?"
Yes. Now give it a few little like swooshes, check out the handle, make sure the blade is sharp.
Yeah, and as you do that, you're familiar with the weapon. This is mechanics-wise, it's a +1 halberd. So a little bit better than what you're wielding, but something you're very familiar with using.
Yeah, this one's better than mine. How much?
Oh, that one. I don't know if I could let it go for maybe less than 250.
I don't know. It looks like it's just been in that bucket a while. Do you have anyone else coming around asking for halberds? About 200.
Roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Okay. I am charismatic. Okay, persuasion. 22.
Very good. You make a convincing argument. You're right. I haven't had many people asking after that particular one, so I can let it go for 200. That's a good deal.
Okay. Oh, she's mine now. And I'll give him the 200. Well, if you have anything else, I still have gold to spend.
I may. I can look again through my wares.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll turn around.
Emilia, do you want to shop? He's going back to look at wares.
I don't require anything.
Okay, but there's people out there who can melt your skin off. Do you want to take a look at what could stop that, or maybe give you something special to do?
What could stop my skin from melting?
Ring of water. There's cool stuff that people make. All kinds of accessories. Some people get really into capes. They have like 5 capes at a time that can do all different things. Some people are boot people. Tell you, whenever you have a lot of money and everyone wants to make you happy, there's a lot of choices for magical items. It used to be so good. But in any case, you have to start somewhere. Yeah? You should buy something. We have money.
Sure, whatever you think would be appropriate.
He's like throwing things behind his head. I don't know if I have anything to help with skin melting. I don't know. who you all like to frequent, but I have, and he turns around and goes, I have this ring. It's very shiny. It's very tiny. The gym is currently empty, you'll tell, but maybe you'll find something to do with it. And it is a ring of spell storing.
That's pretty good.
Sure.
Yeah? Does it look interesting to you? Does it look 300 gold interesting?
But didn't you just tell her it's empty?
Well, yeah, it's the potential. It's what you can do with it. It's as big as your imagination, which hopefully is more than 300. That's all I'm asking.
But it could have had something in it.
I mean, it could. Or you could put something in it.
But you're
Are you trying to get another discount, are you?
we're return customers, aren't we?
You are. She is not.
But she's here under
No,
my
it's my treat.
recommendation, and you have a return customer right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your deal then?
What is your deal, Emilia?
He wants 300.
He does.
Well, she will look in her coin purse, look up at you guys, and then look back up at him with big old puppy dog eyes. And she's like, 300 sounds very fair, but I only have 200 on me right now. Could you do 200?
If you would, please roll me a persuasion check. And I will say you can do it at advantage because you have Ember and Dasha sort of surrounding you, trying to put the pressure on Victor.
Hell yeah. $17.
17. Okay. We can do 200. And I do, in case anyone's curious, I have more than one. So, this one looks slightly different, but I'm pretty sure it works the same way. And we can do it for 200. So just know you've been great customers today. You drive a hard bargain, but I love a barter. So, if you would like.
I don't have that amount of gold, but I could give you my other halberd, or do you need a favor? Do you need anything done? I'm quite strong.
Don't
Pretty
know if I
good at talking to people. Do you need
don't know if I
ingredients?
need a favor. I might. I mean, could I see your other halberd? You're willing to part with it?
Oh yeah, I've only had it for not even for tonight, and I'll hand it over.
And he'll give a good look at it and sort of weigh it. And it's just a base halberd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he'll pull the typical slimy trick and say, well, how much do you have on you?
I have 50 gold.
50 gold. How much do your friends have on them?
I don't know. I don't count their gold.
I would love to count their gold, but 50 and a halberd, I mean, if you would, you can do another persuasion check. See if you can win him over.
All right. Like I said, I'm also good at talking. If you have a rival merchant out here, I could insult them in front of everyone. Just saying. All right. It is
We can flip
a 15.
tables.
Oh, I am good at flipping tables.
What was the roll? I'm sorry.
15.
15. Okay, that actually was the DC I set for all these persuasion checks. Okay, we'll do it for the halberd. We'll do it for 50. And because You've mentioned it a couple of times, and now I'm curious. There is someone down the road a little ways. Her name is Octavia. Tiefling woman. If you see her peddling similar items, jewels, both her eyes are real, I'm pretty sure, but we compete. I'm not saying flip her table, but if word got out around her stall that maybe some of her items were fake and that victors were real, maybe they would mosey down this way.
I see what you're saying. Are they fake? What do you think they are?
I don't know. I certainly wouldn't buy them.
See what I can do.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you then.
Any more shopping, Victor?
Are there any stuffies at this table?
Like a stuffed animal
Yeah.
type of thing? Ooh. Let's roll a D100 for it.
Four.
There is. What kind of stuffy would you like it to be?
She would probably. Is there more than one?
I had, if you rolled less than a 40, there would be whatever kind of stuffed animal you wanted there. So, yeah, I mean, within reason. There's probably
Okay.
not like 400, but
I think her eyes get pulled to like this wolf pup stuffy. And maybe there's also a little like grizzly bear stuffy. And just how much would you like for these?
for the children's toys? These? You mean these here, not the crossbows behind them?
Correct.
I mean, they're mostly for decoration. I'll let them go for a few copper. I mean, but you all have been great. You just, which one do you want?
Can I have them both?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, as long as Octavia knows about it, if you catch my drift.
She just nods.
Hands them over to you.
And how much was that for?
Free of charge. I don't like to track coppers.
She just takes them and puts them in her bag.
You all have very eccentric tastes. Quite varied. I like it. Real people of the world. You like to explore. You like to experience different things. Stuffed animals and halberds and rings and eyes and horns.
Speaking of knowing so many people, have you seen any people in red cloaks?
If you would, what is the right check for this? Roll me a persuasion check, if you would, please, at advantage, but the DC is high. I'm going to set the DC at a 20.
I've still got guidance up, if that's okay.
Yeah, you can do that, sure.
At advantage, that one's cocked. You said DC is a 20?
I'm going to set it at 20, and I'll explain why.
I got a 17. I technically have inspiration. Can I use it?
It is up to you. I'll explain to you what you're able to pick up, just kind of a tertiary, or sort of whatever the right word is, initial insight. He looks nervous at the question. You're great customers, but he's not sure he wants to, divulge anything. So that's why I set the DC high.
You said with my insight Passive insight, he looks nervous.
He looks nervous at the question, yes.
We're trying to avoid.
Hmm. Your roll was a 17?
Yep.
Do you want to leave it at that? Your call.
If I use my inspiration, can I roll again at advantage?
Yeah, I'd say you just re-roll the whole thing with inspirations highlight to do it, but it's still a DC 20.
I'll use my inspiration. Oh! 18, 19, 20, 21.
Look at that, hot dog. So, as you ask this question and you explain wanting to avoid, you do see his nervous countenance there, and it cracks a little because you've been great customers. You're very generous with your coin, which Victor loves. So he'll be a little bit more generous with what he's seen. And he goes on to explain. You're the first person to ask me directly about them. And he leans closer in a hushed voice to all of you, really. I don't know who they are, but I have seen some around my stall. They haven't asked me any questions, but there's a few people who they've interrogated, is probably the right word. They will sort of surround someone in the crowd, and then it's hard to tell with everyone passing by. It's a busy part of the road, but before I know it, those in red will be gone, and the person they will be talking to is also gone. And I don't want to know what happened to them. But I've seen it a couple of times in the past few days. The merchants are sort of sharing stories of a similar nature.
They're just abducting people?
Don't know if they're abducting or... So, you asked about melting skin, right? I mean, maybe they're melting them.
Oh, it's
Ember looks at Dasha with a hope it comes across. Do we tell? Like, kind of like a look of like, do we continue this conversation? Does this help flip the table look?
Okay. Oh. I mean, are you concerned for yourself? Does it seem like they're targeting people like you?
Not really concerned for myself, other than a potential customer has disappeared here or there. But,
Money.
well, you know, potential, what you could do with it. I'm assuming I don't have what they're looking for, because they seem to know what they're looking for. They have that air about them, and they haven't really accosted me, so I'm thankful to fly low.
Does it seem like if they're not accosting you, is it just random then? Just random people they pick out?
It appears random to me, but they seem to have some sort of method to it. I haven't been able to discern it.
Is it a big group? Are they like ganging up on people, like 10 people to one?
No, it's actually small groups, and the way they dress, it's difficult to tell if it's the same ones. They all dress in that sort of uniform, red way. Small groups, 3, 4, 5 maybe, here and there.
Okay.
They seem
Is
to
it
be
daily?
like they... Yes, it is. It has been for a few days now.
Oh.
I
And
just
they're
hope they
looking for
find what they're
something.
looking for soon, because I think it's making my customers nervous.
I would say so. Yeah. You just want to shop in peace.
Exactly. Without so many questions of whatever they're asking.
Yeah. It's so crazy. You know, one day you're just out shopping and the next you're like a puddle. So, okay. Well, we are good customers, yes?
I would say so. You've certainly fattened my wallet today.
Okay. Well, and I'll just lean in. If we are good customers, then you won't tell anyone we were here.
Deal. Very good deal. You'll do the opposite and tell everyone how great Victor's victuals are.
Exactly. We are in agreement.
This is very good. He will spit on his hand and stick it out towards you, like in a handshake motion.
I am not familiar with this custom.
Sorry, I'm forget myself, and he sort of wipes this smear off on his cloak and then sticks his hand back out.
Oh, okay. Yes. Handshake.
He will shake it firm and say, sorry, I'm not from this part of town, but force of
me
habit.
neither.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm used to it being blood. It was weird for it to be from the mouth. Yeah.
Oh. I think that halberd will serve you very well.
It will, I promise. Okay. Are you all happy to continue?
Does everybody's stall look the same?
I would say they don't look the same. This is like your typical farmer's market craft fair, but like blown up to the 100th order of magnitude. It is all kinds of random things being sold and peddled. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Victor, do you want to spruce up your tent a bit?
Because we're friends now, I know that's coming from a place of love. What's wrong with my tent?
You said you wanted more people to stop by.
What are you offering?
She casts Roadcraft, and in her hands starts blooming all these pretty little flowers and vines.
Okay, I mean, what do you want in return?
You know the sending spell?
I don't. I'm not really of a magical nature myself. I've heard of it. It's like talking to people in the air or something.
If you let me spruce up your tent, you keep me updated on these crimson cloaks?
Suppose I can. What will that involve? Like, I don't know how to talk to you through the air. Are you going to talk to me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just introduce yourself. I meet a lot of people. What is your name, by the way? You know Victor.
Ember.
Ember. Okay. Like a fire. I get it.
She smiles a little bit at that, and she will start decorating the front of his tent, making it all like pretty druid and almost like vines are pointing like this way.
Oh, like a little like organic marquee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That is lovely. We've made a really good business relationship here. Yes, if you talk to me through the air, I will tell you what you want to know about people wearing red or what I hear.
Thank you.
Of course, tell your friends. I'll be here until business runs dry.
Okay. Goodbye.
Safe travels. And you're able to leave Victor, the random shopkeep who you now befriended, to his business as you continue along the road.
And as we're going down the road, Ember will be casting Druidcraft a couple times. Victor's this way, Victor's this way, Victor's Vittles this way.
And as you're doing that, you do see a stall a little ways down the road as you're continuing to cast this, with a tiefling woman who is peddling different jewels and small trinkets and things. And you hear her call out, "Come see Octavia's wares. The best in town, best on the road. Your gold's as good as anyone's." And you see this woman sort of, she has a bit more flair to her than Victor. Victor has more of the used car salesman vibe going on. She has more of a showmanship to what she's doing.
Do you all want to stop to see Octavia? How are you feeling?
I feel bad about lying and saying that our wares aren't real, but we did make a promise.
Oh, I'm fine lying. It's such a small thing. It's not going to hurt him. He got our business, so.
Well, what if he finds out and then we don't get the information we want?
We don't have to lie. We could just say that we got nice discounts at Victor's on good things.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my fault if no one listens to what I don't say. Look, I'll turn to you two. I heard from Victor that Octavia has fake things. Do I believe it? I don't know. I would have to check it out. And then I'll just turn around. There. I did my part.
Did you say it with a louder type of voice? At what volume did you say this?
I think it was just like conversational. That's it. Like,
okay.
She's not committing to the bit.
Would you, for flair though, please roll me a persuasion check for the general sense of the passersby and whatever Octavia might be able to hear.
Okay, 17.
17? Okay, so you do, as you're saying this, you take note of a few nosy people who are kind of walking by and looking at the different stalls, and they hear you and go, Victor, I think we just passed him. And you hear a couple of groups go, we should turn back around. Maybe we walk by too fast. And you see the crowd in front of Octavia's stall start to thin just a little bit. And you pick up a sort of disappointed, but also like she's dealt with this before type of frustration on her face.
Sorry.
So are we done shopping? I have no more gold. I spent it all. Things are expensive now.
They are a lot more expensive than they used to be, that's for certain. I have a little bit that can carry us.
I lied to him. I feel kind of bad. I still have gold left. Is that bad?
You were just a very good haggler.
Well, I figured we would need the gold later. So if I gave him all of my gold, then we wouldn't have any. And also, it wasn't technically a lie because I didn't actually have 300. Anyway.
And you technically did have 200.
Yeah.
So
I had, yeah.
So we're not lying. It wasn't a lie.
Yeah, I also don't think that lying in situations like that really makes a difference, you know? No one's life is on the line, really.
Well, what if they needed a certain amount in order to feed whoever they have at home, and then... No, you did very good job haggling. You did a very good job.
Okay. Okay, so it does sound like the red cloaks coming through daily. So if we just stay on the road, we'll probably see them.
Groups of 4 to 5, though, and making people disappear.
Yeah.
Casting locate object again.
Okay. Let's see. You don't pick up on anything in that 1,000-foot vicinity.
And it lasts for 10 minutes. Nothing at the moment.
Well, that's good. Okay. Well, I guess we just stay on the road, see what we see, hear what we hear. Sound good?
Yes. Hopefully, no one else... I know that won't happen. Yes.
Okay. And you're able to continue the day. It is relatively uneventful as you continue traveling. The crowds sort of follow a pattern of becoming... What's the right word? Crowds are bigger later in the day, and then towards the evening they start to dwindle off again. And then you see the sun start to droop in the sky again as the day comes to a close. And you still notice some of these darker clouds a little ways off. You're not quite sure when they might make their appearance over the highway here. But for now, it looks to be a clear evening. And if you'd like to do similar to how you did the night before, there's plenty of little patches along the side of the highway that sort of back up to the forested areas where you can make camp. And you actually see sort of the remnants of past campfires that people have used these areas for.
Okay. Sound good? Camp?
Rest here and take watch.
Okay. Oh, and we need to, I have to attune to the ring. Emilia, that's, something, well, some magic objects you need to, especially magic. You put it on and you just, sit with it. It's kind of nice. Okay. Right. So camp and attuning to our fine wares.
And I guess Ember will take first watch while they do that.
Yeah, you're able to make camp without issue. And you can set up for first watch. If you want to, please roll a perception check for me.
Hunter sense. 15.
15. Okay, so as you sit there and night really starts to set in, you hear it is warmer out. You sort of hear the familiar cicada chirping as twilight takes over, and you don't hear much. It's a quiet evening. You pretty much hear the road start to sort of die down a bit. People start to pack up into their little makeshift camps. Slight crackling of the fire. You do see the darker clouds off in the distance. And beyond that, it is an uneventful couple of hours.
I think after attuning, I would have went ahead and put some spells in the ring. So I think I am going to do a healing spell. I'll do a level 2 cure wounds. And then I'll do a level 2 Fine Steed.
Okay, sounds good.
I guess since Emilia's never done this, she will sit with Dasha as Dasha explains how to attune to it, how to put a spell in it, and just kind of mirror what she's doing.
Yeah, and you're able to follow along and place what you would like to in there as well, in your own.
Well, so I do it like I cast it. Like I would use a spell slot now, but I don't have to use one later.
Pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah,
Okay.
like you use it now, and then it stays in there, I think, until you use it. I have to familiarize myself with it, but yeah, I think it's up to 5th level.
Okay. Okay, I'll put a Misty Step in it. Can I put 2 of the same spell in it? Like 2 Misty Steps?
Yeah, why not?
Mhm.
Go for it.
Cool. Okay.
Ring of
so
Misty Step storing. You have no issue doing that, and then whatever y'all would like to do. I'd say it's probably around midnight at that point. Unless you're doing it before Watch takes over, but at the end of Ember's Watch, it's probably around midnight.
Yeah, I think I would be asleep. Probably taking like an hour to do the attunement and walk Emilia through it and then hit the hay.
I guess Ember will go to Emilia, just very gently tap you. Nothing of too much note for watch this evening, but got something for you. And she rummages through like her bag and brings out the little grizzly stuffed animal and hands it to you. I don't know if you would like this, but my son loves these. I know you're much older than he is, but...
Oh, and she'll just take it. She's like, gives it a squish. She's like, it is soft and nice. What do I do with it?
Well, they help keep nightmares away. They bring comfort when things may be dark and scary.
Is it magical?
No.
She leans in close and she's like, if it fights off nightmares, does it come alive at night?
Only to the bad creatures in your nightmares.
What an interesting object. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And for you, they are full of love and hope and a light that may not be visible.
Okay.
She gives a little nod. And then I think she goes to wherever she's going to hit the hay this evening, cuddles up to Kip, and just buries her face in fur.
And you were able to use Kip as a pillow. I would say, Emilia, if you're stay up for a bit, is that the plan? Okay. If you would please roll me a perception check.
Perception. Right. Well, She is either so enamored with this new mysterious object she's been given that she is inspecting it the whole night, or she has wandered off looking for the best dandelion to give in return, because I got a nat 1.
Oh, hey. In this dead of night, it's been a busy day.
She's like, how does this thing come alive? How is this magic? I don't understand how this works.
Between trying to figure out how a stuffed animal is meant to be and thoughts of dandelions, thoughts of, wow, I think I haggled for the first time today. Wow, I think I figured out how to use this ring for the first time. All these thoughts sort of jumbling in your head, lots of the busyness of the day. The rest of the world is a bit muted to you at this point. I would say you still pick up on general things like it's a quieter night. The clouds are getting a little bit closer and darker now. But you really don't notice anything else around you because you're a little bit dead to the world. You're very enamored in what you're doing. No pun intended there. Maybe a little bit. But nothing actually happens during your time. So that's good. Not that you're aware of. And I would say I think you all did the ring stuff. It sounded like before everyone sort of settled in. So you probably do the same thing to where you get your 4 hours during Ember's watch. And if you wanted to stay up the rest of the evening into the morning, you'd be fine.
Yeah, I can let Dasha sleep.
There you go. And the next morning comes, these storm clouds that have sort of ominously been hanging out on the horizon are here in full force. And I would say really towards the late part of the early morning that you were setting up as the sun started to rise, a heavy storm does come through. There's a lot of rain, a lot of wind, thunder and lightning. Nothing that seems anything but mundane, but definitely some harsh weather will sort of stick around. This is a dirt road, by the way, so it's going to be kind of a tougher day on the traveling side. I will say, whatever conversations you'd like to have, you're welcome to in the morning as you get ready. When you are ready to head out, Dasha, you're up next for a survival check, but given the weather, if you would make that a disadvantage for me.
I think once she sees the weather and kind of takes like, oh, these clouds are going to stick around a while. I hate muddy boots. As we're all packed up, I think I can provide horse for today if you would like a break, Ember. I prepared last night, so the haggling will pay off, I promise. And she's going to put 2 fingers in her mouth and give a whistle. And at the very end, like hold her 2 fingers up in the air, and you see a small light come up. And just out of the rainy mist that's coming through, a horse comes to us. This is calling Fine Steed.
Okay.
The spell. Okay. Spells. Yes, Fine Steed. So this is an otherworldly being that appears as a loyal steed in an unoccupied space. And yeah, it just has horse stats. So this one, it has like a long flowing mane, and it's kind of just a general size of a typical horse. It has like big, curious eyes and looks strong and sturdy. And then Dasha takes her other hand, gives a whistle, and holds up. And this time, the light is in that like sunsetty glow. It's like a bright red that evaporates into green. And Another horse comes up, and you see Dasha smile as she says, I thought it would be you. And a slightly larger otherworldly horse comes up. And this one, you can tell there's a little bit of a marking on the front. As she says, been thinking about you for the last few days. It is good to see you, friend. And she gives him a little nuzzle. And she'll turn around and say, this is Oak. We always find each other.
Ember will give like the tiniest little bow towards Oak. Heard wonderful stories of you.
And Oak gives sort of this proud snort and shake of the mane. A little bit of a stammer with the front leg, sort of a very proud standing on this arrival.
Emilia will just kind of like tip her head to the side. Just like, he doesn't look like an oak tree. Well, he is quite stout and thick like an oak tree.
Yes, and reliable too. So, nice. Yeah, I had Oak a long time ago. So, I think this is as close as I can get to having him again. So today we ride? We don't trudge through mud? I don't know who that horse is. I'm sorry, that's a stranger, but I really concentrated on this one, okay?
This is a very beautiful spell.
Thank you. All right, I'll get up on my otherworldly Oak.
And you're able to do so. And then how's the horse situation? Because you have another steed, and Ember, you have your ability too. So how do we want to work this out?
How long does Phantom Steed last? Is this an all-day thing?
Find steed. Let's see. Where is it? Where does it say?
Yeah, I'm looking
it says
now.
duration instantaneous, 1 action. I cast 1 from the ring. Oh, I hope I didn't break this. I may have broken this. I'm sorry. If that's the case, we can backtrack or I'll never do it again. It says if you already have a steed from this spell, the steed is replaced by the new one.
Yeah, but I kind of like how you explained it.
1 came from the ring.
1 came from the ring, and 1 came from... 1 is Oak, which you're very familiar with, and there's a history there.
Sorry if I broke it.
No, I kind of like it. I'd say let's just roll with it.
Okay.
But it says the steed disappears if it drops to 0 hit points or you die. When it disappears, please find anything it was wearing or carrying. If you cast a spell again, you decide whether you summon the steed.
Okay.
Yeah. No, let's roll with it.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want, we can do it that way from now on, that I can only cast it twice if 1 is from a stored.
Yeah, I like that. I like that mechanic.
Okay.
Sort of like on the fly decision, but I like it I don't think, if it comes from 2 sources, that's completely fine.
Okay.
2 sources equals
Sounds
2
good.
horses.
It's true because it rhymes.
It's true because it rhymes. It has to be true now.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, go for it. So you have these 2 majestic steeds.
I think that they're just here until I dismiss them, or they can get hurt. So yeah, they can get hurt. And in that case, I would have to summon them again.
Ember will go up to the second horse, kind of give it scritches, and turn back to Emilia. So what's this one's name?
She's just gonna look right at Dasha.
Oh, I told you that's a stranger. I don't know that horse, but you can name it.
She will kind of walk around to its front, I guess, and kind of tilt her head one way and tilt her head the other way. Is there any, like, defining features of this horse?
Dasha, what do you think? Do you want to come up with what you summoned, or do you want we could roll for it as well?
Yeah, I mean, it does look like it's very pretty. Like the mane is in very nice shape, and like I said, big curious eyes.
Yeah, and I would say, let's say it has some sort of like brown and white spotting, like paint pattern going on.
She will do her head tilt. She'll think for a second. And then she will, from her bag, pull out a dandelion and offer it to the horse.
Do you hold it up in front of the horse's mouth?
Yeah.
If you would, roll me a sleight of hand check.
So good. Okay.
Guidance?
You may.
Is that an advantage or a D4?
D4. Yeah.
D4. $17.
Okay. As you hold this flower up, it does give it a deep sniff, sort of pulls the petals towards its nose, and then it delicately bites it out of your hand and eats it.
She kind of giggles, and she's like, maybe we can name it Dandelion.
I think Dandelion's cute.
Fine name for a horse.
Can Dandelion
Okay.
carry two?
It's about the same size horse that you are.
Yeah?
So you're able to mount up. Emilia and Ember, you can both ride Dandelion if you'd like. Dasha, you're very familiar with Oak. And I would say, I was going to say disadvantage, but given the creative use of horses, let's do a straight roll for survival.
Okay. It's not good. I have a -1. Okay. It's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay. You are able to mount up. It's muddy. You know, there's a lot of rain that's come down. And it continues to rain throughout the day. So the horses definitely help, but even they struggle a little bit to get through some of the mud and puddles that have started to build up around this road due to this torrential rain. So it's a bit of a slog of a day, but you are able to continue along the road. You will notice there are, I'll say this, as you head off down the road, if you are invited to roll a perception check if you would like to see what you see on this day.
Is Kip allowed to roll one too?
Anyone who would like to.
Hunter sense?
21.
15.
17.
17.
And
Okay.
Kip is less.
What is Kip?
Oh, hold on. He's got advantage. 15.
15. Okay. So Kip's a little bit lower to the ground. But I would say, Dasha, with you over 20, you do hear some more of the gossip about the red cloaks, and more people continue to see them. You don't see any yourself. And I will say, Emilia, as you're riding along on this horseback, there are fewer people out, but towards midday, the crowd does start to sort of get a bit more dense, and you are slightly higher up than most people on horseback. And as you're sort of scanning the crowd, just for a split moment, you catch a glimpse of a taller individual facing away from you. Darker hair, but you do notice, you're pretty sure, sort of overcast out. You're pretty sure it's not the light playing a trick. You see a few strands of grayish white hair. But as you see them, you blink, and they're lost in the crowd again.
Was it like she blinked and she's not sure she saw it, or she blinked and it, like the person just kind of like went behind like a big group of people or something, like a cart
The
went
latter.
by?
The latter, yeah. You're pretty sure you saw it.
Would she potentially have, like, based on stature, an idea of who it might be?
Yes, you would. It is definitely one of your siblings that you're familiar with. You would know them by the name of Seymour.
She will, like, she's looking around. She sees him, she kind of stops. And then she's like, Seymour! And she just swings her leg down from the horse and just runs over to where she saw them.
Okay. It's a little ways away, and you're slogging through mud now as well. But you're able to sort of book it towards where you're going, and you said you're calling out as well?
Yeah.
Okay. When you get to where you saw the back of Seymour's head, and you stop, if you would, I would say you're looking intently now. So if you want to roll me an investigation check as you get into this crowded area where you saw him.
Investigation. Okie dokie. $11.
11. As you look around, you don't have quite the same vantage as you had on horseback, and you don't see him. It's like you've completely lost him.
I feel like she would still continue to call out, but if she maybe got a vibe of like which direction he was facing or walking when she saw him, she might try that direction.
Yeah, I would say you can continue to call out. You don't get a response. You're unable to find him. And now you start to question, like, I'm pretty sure I saw him. I mean, this is familiar, but it's like he's disappeared. The direction you did see him, though, is the direction you all were traveling along the road. And he was facing away from you, like he was at least looking in the direction that you're traveling.
She will kind of like... She will, maybe with a bit more hustle than she usually walks, she will go back to y'all at the horses, but she's like trying to see over people and like kind of scurrying back to get back up on the horse to get a better view.
Ember will help you get back on the horse. Are you all right? You just jumped off there.
I think I saw one of my siblings. It would be weird for them to be here, but I swear I saw him. But then I lost him.
Well, what does he look like?
He's very tall, and he has dark, long hair with white in it, like I do. He usually he kind of dresses like Father does when Father isn't working. A very nice clothes. Well, it is raining. He might change. I don't know.
Do we see anyone that fits that description?
You may roll. Let's see. Are you staying on horseback?
Yes, and in my head, I'm going to ask if Kip smells someone like Emilia.
Yeah, let's do a perception check if you'd like to look around. And Kip will say, smells like her. Okay. And he'll walk up to Emilia and he'll sniff your hand a little bit. And then he'll sort of go through the crowd. And if you want to do, I guess, perception for both you and Kip.
Okay. Hunter sense for myself. That is going to be a 22. For Kip, that is going to be a 19.
Okay. Kip takes off, sniffing again, similar to how he did before, sort of weaving through the crowd. As you look around, you're looking for these signs for this tall individual. You see a few tall people. You see a few people with dark hair. You see a few well-dressed people. You don't see all of the signs on one person. You can't locate this person that Emilia is telling you about. And Kip eventually makes his way back to you and says, I'm sorry, Mom, I think it's the rain. I'm not getting anything.
It's okay, darling. You tried. Emilia, we're not... At least me and Kip aren't seeing anything.
Oh. Well, it's raining a lot. Maybe some water got in my eye, and maybe I didn't see him.
Dasha, do you see anybody?
I rolled a 16.
16. I would say your experience is very similar to that of Ember. You are able to pick out some of these factors or distinguishing marks on individuals, but none of them meet every tenet that Emilia's described. So no, you don't see this individual.
I see no match, but did you call? Did you call out for him?
Yeah, he is usually very good at listening. But it is rather loud here.
Okay, which stall was he at? Maybe we could go see if someone saw where he went?
I mean, I saw him over there, but he kind of looked like he was walking our direction. Maybe if we keep going, we'll catch him? Catch up to him?
Okay, we can try that if you think he went this way. All right.
Casting locate object again for a crimson cloak.
Okay. You do not get anything within a 1,000 foot radius.
Okay. So we'll continue forward and see if we see him then. What name were you saying? Seymour?
Seymour. Mm-hmm.
Seymour, got it.
And you all are able to continue the day. Similar to any other days, there are a few stalls and things around still as well. Not as many crowds, but a little bit towards the later afternoon, they start to get a bit denser. I would say you can keep sort of a passive perception up throughout the rest of the day, but Emilia, you in particular, you don't see him. It's like he just disappeared. And now you're starting to question. Yeah. I would say you're able to keep that eye out, keep a keen eye looking for it, but you're not able to pick him out of the crowd again.
Can I cast locate object again for the tier?
Yeah. So like locating a similar, like another tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're trying to do So the one that's similar, that's the 1,000 foot radius one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't pick up with that either. Nothing within 1,000 feet.
Ember will just try to help find Seymour.
And yeah, you continue to look throughout the crowds. You're not seeing him. No more signs of him. It's like he just poofed into thin air.
Emilia just kind of like slumps back in the horse.
I can try to send a message to him if you want me to.
If you can.
Give me as much detail as you can about this Seymour, and I will try.
Well, he's tall and has long, straight black hair. He has more white in his hair than I do. He is usually not super talkative. He speaks a lot like Father does sometimes. He likes to read. That's really it. I think he is older than me. Well, he is older than me. I don't know how much older, though. And we don't really have last names, so he doesn't really have a last name either. Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to say? I can do only a couple sentences.
I thought I saw him back by that one stall. They weren't selling tables. I'm still looking for the tables. We moved, and now we're by this one stall. Maybe he could meet us over here. Or he could tell us where he is and we could go meet him there.
Okay. I will try to send a sending to Seymour.
Hey, the spell requires you to be familiar with the person. You did get a description, but you have never met this individual. So I think because of that, I want to be able to try, but I want there to be a bit of chances whether or not it goes through. What do you think?
I'm cool with that.
Okay. If you would, let's do the message first.
Okay.
And then we'll do a chaos die to see if it goes through.
Okay. Friend of Emilia's. She thought she saw you. Are you on the road of Elam? And I think she's going to leave it at that just to see if he's on the road. And then chaos die?
Yeah, so I think that's only like 16 words. You can leave it at that. And then let me get a number in my head so we can make it fair. Let me write it down. For it. Roll a D100 for me.
55.
Okay, so as you cast this spell, you You send the words off. You're familiar with the spell. You've cast it before. You know there's this bit of like a feeling of confirmation when you send it off. And as you send it, you wait for that. And it doesn't come. And the longer you wait, the less certain you feel that it will come, because you never get that feeling that, like, that worked.
Okay. Would you allow her to try to cast it again?
Yeah, as many spell slots as you've got, and I'll keep the number the same that you would need to roll. The range.
4.
Similar feeling as before. Doesn't quite connect. Doesn't connect at all.
Is it working?
I don't think it's going through. There's this like flip that you can feel, and I'm not getting the, like your stomach churns slightly. I'm not getting that feeling of it connected.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can try again tonight.
it's okay. Again, it was raining. I might not have seen him. It would be weird for him to be out. We usually don't go. We're not allowed to go this far.
Do you think it's possible it is because you do not know him?
It's better for people that I do know. So it's probably an error on my part.
Well, good thing you have that ring. If Ember attunes to it, she can put her spell inside. And then take it off, you attune to it, you have spell.
We can do
Worth a
that.
shot, right?
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Okay. I have spells in it at the moment. Do I need to use them so that she can put spells in?
What's the plan? So I understand it.
I mean, I was thinking I could just use the spells really quick to empty it, and then I could give it to you to attune and put spells in it.
That'll work.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just Misty step like off the horse and then back on the horse. And I'm like, okay.
Would you allow for while we're traveling? Ember hands the reins to Emilia. Okay, give me an hour or so. Would you allow me to attune on the road?
Yeah, I think so, because it's supposed to be like downtime, right? And the road can be downtime if you're riding horseback.
Then she will spend that next hour attuning to it. I will go ahead and put a 3rd level sending into it. And it can't hold more than 5 levels, so I can only put 1 in there at a time.
Right.
Mm.
So I'll put the 3rd level in there. Does it take an hour to unattune to it as well?
I think it's just to attune to it. It takes time.
Okay. And then she will snap that connection to it and give it back to Emilia.
So then I guess we'll swap and I'll attune back to it.
Okay. And you are able to do that.
Cool. Yes, whenever it's ready, I can try.
Yeah, I would say after an hour of hanging out with the ring, attuning back to it, you are able to attempt to cast the spell.
Okay. Okay. I think I did it. Do I have to think about them first, or?
How everyone casts their spells is slightly different, but for me, I picture the person that I want to send a message to. I think of a sentence or two, and then I picture a line between me and the person I want to send it to, and hopefully those words go down that line.
Okay. I can do this.
You're
She'll,
going to do great.
She'll hold her hand with the ring, and she'll squint and really, really focus. And she's gonna think of Seymour and seeing him on the road and a little tendril following him. And cast sending.
And what message do you send?
You get 25 words?
25 words. Mm-hmm.
Seymour. I saw you. Well, I think I saw you. Are you on the highway of Elam? Elam? I am at, and I'll just say whatever name stall we're next to.
So you look around and you see a bit of a hastily painted linen banner that says, all things market.
All things market. 25.
Yeah. So you are able to send this message off to Seymour. And this is your first time casting sending. You're a bit unfamiliar. Ember explained the sort of switch flipping you feel of when it goes through. And you feel that. At least as best as how she described it.
I think I did it.
And then you hear this sort of channel open up in your mind, and a familiar voice comes through. In sort of the proper tone you're used to. Not a lot of flair. Very no nonsense. You hear, "Sister, I'm glad you're okay. Please come home. Father has forbade me from saying more. He has high expectations of you. Please understand. Be safe."
After she says, I think I did it, and you kind of see her face, and she's really excited, and she's oh, and she just kind of I don't think that was Seymour.
Well, the person who responded wasn't Seymour?
No, that was definitely Seymour. I just meant on the road. He just said to come home, and that he said Father has high expectations, so I think he's going to be really excited when I come home and with the cheer. But he didn't say anything about the road. So yeah, maybe I just didn't see him.
Huh. Well, I'm sorry you didn't see him.
It's okay. I'll see him soon. Surely he's still at home, so...
Were you too close? Were you seemed excited to see him?
Yeah. Me, Seymour, and Avi usually hung out together a lot.
Are they like you? You said he had hair kind of like yours, so are they...
Father's creation?
Yes.
Yeah. They're older than me. Like, they were awakened before me.
Okay.
And they have more white in their hair, so they can get confused with their words sometimes, and they have more fits than I do. Father tends to get more upset with them sometimes.
I see.
But they're still my siblings.
Of course.
Do I have any recollection of the Crimson Robes using illusionary magic to make you think you saw something that you didn't?
Something I hadn't thought of. Let me ask the player rather than Ember. Do you think this would be part of something they subjected you to?
She was there for a very long time, so probably.
Yeah. Let's say so then. Yeah, it would be a very perverse use of it. Torture, like teasing, in a way. Try to elicit reactions. It would have happened.
Emilia, have you felt any stinging headaches recently? Like somebody's trying to burrow their way in?
No. Am I supposed to? Is that a side effect of the spell?
No. That's a very good thing if you have not experienced that.
I did forget to roll wild magic on those 2 misty steps.
Oh. Let's do it.
Go?
Yeah, go
Okay.
for it. Yeah.
What am I supposed to? It's a D20 if I roll a 1, something happens, right?
Yeah, it's a D20 if you roll a 1, something happens.
Okay. No. And no. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
No headaches or anything.
Good.
Maybe it's the stuffed animal.
Maybe he is protecting you.
Well, I'm sorry it was not him.
I think Ember gets quiet after that.
Well, we're at this stall. It looks like they have so much cool stuff. Anyone need to buy produce or meat? I think I also see a lawn chair. There's a lot of stuff in there.
Above table question. Is this a
Yeah.
reference that I don't understand?
It is called All Things Market. I will say if you go over to the stall, you do see a little sectioned off that has a little hastily written sign of like a few items, and it says Alby's Finds.
I got it now.
I have to go look at it. What we got over here? What a cool stall.
Okay. You come across a gentleman who's got a very large beard. Shorter statue, not quite dwarven. You can tell he's human. Shorter statue though. He goes, well, hi folks, come on over to Alby's here. We have lots to choose from. Lots of things come in and out of this market. I buy and sell all kinds of little knickknacks and trinkets. What do you have in mind?
there's a little bit of everything, but the Albi's finds? What do we have here?
Some of the more interesting things I've acquired in the past week or so. Here we have a ring of shininess. We have a cloak of fabricness, and we have boots of leather. And you'll see on the sign for boots of leather, there's an asterisk by the word leather.
What's this little symbol? Is it special leather?
It passes for leather in most parts of Seraphim.
Oh, I think I understand. Okay. Anyone want things for breakfast or any more shopping?
Ember will browse. Is there anything that would possibly look like an amulet of the devout?
Let's roll a D100 for that one. And now let me pick a number here. Go for it. I got it in my head.
19.
You don't see anything you would recognize as an amulet of the devout. You do see some different amulets and jewelry and things. If you look too closely at some of it, it looks a bit like costume jewelry, maybe. It might not be the precious metals it appears to be, but nothing that you would be more familiar with given your training.
Ember will just grab a potato.
That's a fine selection you've made there.
It looks wonderful.
Yeah, I think I'll grab an onion. Dinner.
She'll grab an extra potato, too. Potatoes and onions do sound
Two
nice.
potatoes and an onion. Okay, y'all are really heavy spenders here.
I mean, honestly, this is a good price for food. We just travel light.
You have to in this weather, of course. He'll charge you a gold, I guess. I don't know. It seems kind of high for all things market. How about a silver?
I have a silver, yeah. Perfect. I do like this, though. Lots of good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Definitely hope to see something like this again, hopefully down the road, since we do have to keep moving, but I do like Albies.
Make sure you stop on by frequently. I mean, we rotate our stock pretty much every day.
Oh, how nice.
Okay.
Well, we
All right,
can
thank you,
boil
Albie.
these, mash these, put them in a stew.
Perfect for rainy weather. I like the way you think. I'm gonna quote that. Yeah.
And you are able to take your fresh produce off to wherever you'd like to go from Albies. And I would say it's probably getting later into the afternoon at this point.
I'm good to just head down the road, I guess.
Yeah, and say you're free to do what you like with the afternoon. Otherwise, I would say we'll head into the evening again. The sun starts to droop low in the sky and the storms are still around. It's been pretty persistent rain throughout the day, off and on storming. But if you're ready for it, it wouldn't stop you from finding a suitable campsite.
Calling it a day.
Okay.
Camp.
and you're able to find, similar to before, something not too far off the road, sort of backs into a forested area. As night sets in, and you see the familiar signs of the traffic starting to thin out, some of the shops closing up, and pretty soon the night is quiet except for the sound of the rain.
Ember will ritualistically cast Speak with Animals, give some of the potato to the squirrels. Probably will sneak Earl some if he is around.
See if Earl's around. Mm-hmm. I rolled a nat 20. You do see a squirrel with a bushy tail and pointy ears, just as the other squirrel described him, come up for a piece of the potato and goes, "Is that tater you got there? Is that for anybody?" "It's just for me."
And she'll give him a piece of potato.
"Gee, thanks, lady. This is great." And he's going to grab it and start gnawing at it. And he'll just hang out with you just in case you want to give him some more. He'll kind of take his time, and you'll notice, I feel like when you have Speak with Animals up, you're a bit more attuned with him. So it's not just the language, it's a bit of body language too. And you can tell he sort of slows down and darts his eyes up at you every once in a while. Like, if I stick around, there might be another peel.
And she does, sneak Earl some more pieces of potato because she doesn't want Earl feeling left out. So she makes sure that Earl has a potato too.
And as he is chomping away, he goes, "You're the nicest lady I met all day. Oh, by the way, see another squirrel? Steve? Don't believe a thing he tells you."
Now, what does Steve look like?
He's got a bushy tail. He's got pointy ears. He's got a little bit of red in his fur. You'll know him when you see him.
Okay. I won't listen to a thing he says.
He's a damn liar.
Now, what made the two of you hate each other so much?
He lied. That's how it goes with liars.
That is how it goes with a liar.
And he'll continue chewing his hater skin.
And I think everybody else just sees Ember with this bushy squirrel. And she just keeps sliding him food all night.
And he will hang out for as long as the potato keeps coming.
I think Dasha would peel the onion to get the little onion cups. So whenever we have our potatoes, we can put the mushy part in the onion to eat it.
Mm.
And you are able to do that. I think, let's see. Yeah, there's not really a cooking skill check. I would say you're able to do that. It's onions and potatoes.
It could be real bad to mess that up.
Yeah, we won't even roll for that. So you're able to have these nice little mashed potato onion cups.
This is very good.
Albies.
We need more of those.
Pretty good for on the road food.
Just the leather is a bit questionable.
Passes for leather.
Really makes me wonder what they made it from.
I don't want to think about it.
I'm probably giving it way too much thought.
So I think just getting ready. I can take first watch again since last night no one woke me, which is fine. But tonight I watch.
Ember will look at Emilia.
Oh.
Have you been taking on too much? Because you let me sleep
No.
the other night too.
Well, remember, I don't sleep. So I figured since I don't need to sleep, you guys do need to sleep. So I just stayed up.
Well, maybe there's some books you would like to read or some downtime you would like to have.
It would be hard to keep watch and read.
Well, that's the reason you wake one of us, and then you get your downtime.
But keeping watch is helpful. And then you guys get sleep. And then when you guys are super well rested, you do really good stuff.
And you do really wonderful things when you get to explore what you want to do.
I have found more dandelions. Do you want them? I saved them in case you wanted to make the tea again.
I can make the tea if you like the tea.
Sure.
Ember will take
Oh,
the dandelions
okay.
and make tea.
You're a very good tea maker at this point. It's a very good dandelion tea. And you look like you have something in mind.
After the tea, Ember is going to, before everybody starts their watch too, I want to see if this will work. I haven't done this, and I feel like this is very unsanitary considering it came from Victor's eye, but I wonder how long he had it. I don't need to know that answer. Ember's going to cast Clairvoyance as far down the road of Elam as she can, which is a mile from where she is. Just in the center of the road.
Okay, and how does this spell work? What level is it?
It's a 3rd level spell, but she's going to cast it at 4th. And Clairvoyance, she's using the eye, so she'll be able to see. You create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you. She would know the road of Elam, correct?
You would know the road, yeah. Of at least the areas you've been in. You might, I don't know if Ember has traveled the entire highway before. I'd leave that up to you.
Okay. Maybe not the entire highway, but would you say that she's familiar like a mile up the road?
Yeah, I would say this area, considering you're still on the leg, you haven't quite hit the bend that goes around back to the northeast. So I would say the area outside of Ratius, closer to where you've been living for a while, you're more familiar with.
And it says you create an invisible sensor within range of a location familiar to you, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. The intangible, invulnerable sensor remains in place for 10 minutes. When you cast a spell, choose seeing or hearing. She's choosing seeing. And you can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in its space. As a bonus action, you can switch. I went ahead and got the jeweled horn just in case. A creature that sees the sensor, such as a creature benefiting from the see invisibility or true sight, sees the orb about the size of your fist.
So you can essentially see through this fixed point. Is that how that works?
Within a mile, yeah.
Okay. And the point can't move once you place it, though.
Yes,
right?
correct.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And what she's wanting to see is, like, as that orb floats there, does she see any red cloaks on the highway?
So you're going to put it a mile up the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you see through it, so you'd be rolling the perception check if you're looking, right? Am I understanding that correctly? It's like your eyes are there.
Yeah, so she sees through it as if she is standing in that spot. She can't hear anything unless she uses a bonus action to flip it. She can only see right now.
Okay. I will say it is late at night, like the sun has gone down, and it is still raining. If you want to, then roll a perception check at, let's do disadvantage because of the weather and the time of day, to look around this area where you've placed this sensor.
16.
16. You do not see any familiar crimson cloaks or anyone wearing that type of uniform attire that you've seen.
This does last for 10 minutes. If she's not seeing anything, she will continuously flip back and forth between seeing and hearing to see if she hears, or to hear if she hears anything of note this late at night with people who can't see you.
Do you think it's fair to roll a different perception check for hearing?
That's fine.
Yeah, go for it.
24.
24. What you do here is similar type of gossip and rumors that you've heard before. It's a little bit quieter at night. There are fewer people out, but you do hear sort of these hushed whispers as you have this very keen sense of hearing through this sensor of the same thing of people are saying, watch out for the guys in red. No one knows who they are. A friend of mine disappeared the other day. I haven't talked to him since. But they took him to the side of the road, and I lost track of him. And similar types of stories you're able to pick up. So much the same type of rumor and gossip, but this one, in a way, a bit more substantiated because you're hearing a first-person account.
And as Ember is hearing this, she's repeating it back as she hears it to both Emilia and Dasha.
Because you're able to relay this gossip that you're hearing.
So they're close.
Somebody disappeared within a mile at least.
So we might see them tomorrow.
I am a bit concerned, but it sounds like it.
Okay.
Last spell slot, locate object again on a red cloak.
Okay. On any red cloak, right? 1,000-foot radius.
Yes.
You don't get anything. Nothing within 1,000 feet.
I don't feel anything within 1,000 feet at least, so I think we may be all right for this evening.
All right, good. One person a day, maybe more.
What are they doing with them, though? Do you think the rock would give us any answers?
Maybe. We have not tried to actually use the rock. Besides the water thing.
Considering these people are melting people, and the rock does nice things. I don't know if the rock would like them.
I don't think it does either, but do you think it could show us where they are?
Maybe, I mean, we've seen other visions that have not been all in the past.
Do we chance it?
I think so. Yeah.
Do we play Boulder Parchment Shears for it?
Yeah, sure. That could make it interesting.
What is boulder parchment shears? Do we need to find a boulder? That might be hard.
You know what's interesting is whenever this comes up, sometimes I wonder, is it a game from when we were kids and it's disappeared? Or is she just Emilia and just doesn't know? Like, are we that old or is she that young?
Oh my. I don't think I've ever seen anyone playing Boulder Parchment Shears since... You don't... Boulder Parchment Shears... Go? Nothing?
Oh, sometimes when Father is really angry, he does hit. He doesn't really hit his hand, but he will hit maybe one of my siblings. And I don't think I've ever seen him use shears or his fingers to do anything. But the first part is familiar. Is that how you play it?
I don't think he plays... fairly.
No, what he does is really bad and is not a game.
Huh.
But this is a game and it's fun and yeah, it's you have 3 things that you can pretend to be, and it's the boulder. So looks like a rock.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
And parchment, like a piece of parchment.
Okay.
And shears.
Oh, okay. I think I get it.
A rock can crush shears. So if I have a rock and Ember has shears, I crush. And
You're gonna
if
crush her
she,
fingers?
no, it's pretend crush, like boop boop boop. Unless you are mean and bad, which some kids are. But if she did paper or the parchment, it could go on top of my boulder.
Oh, okay.
But now if I did shears, I cut her parchment.
Okay. And she's gonna take out her notebook and like make a little diagram to understand how this works.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can watch us and then play the loser. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, we can do it one more time. Okay. Boulder, parchment, shears.
I think I had this one at first. I think I had the timing wrong.
Dasha wins. You've been crushed.
Okay.
So I have lost.
Okay.
All right. Boulder,
We go.
parchment, shears, go.
Oh, you did the same thing. Okay, now this is a tie. Okay, so you go again.
But the parchment covered the rock. Is that not what's supposed to happen?
Which one? So you choose one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm ready.
Boulder, parchment, shears, go.
Okay.
You won?
That was fun.
So I think that means Ember takes the sad rock.
I have picked the short straw.
Yes. I'll get it out of my bag. Okay, and we can all try. You just get to go first.
Alrighty. She holds Kip. Touches the rock.
Okay. Would you do me a favor? Would you please roll a d20 for me?
Natural 20.
A natural 20. Look at that. What an interesting predicament. Okay. As you go to touch the colloquially named Sad Rock, it's still a shocking jolt, but it's becoming a bit more familiar because this happened a couple of times to you. And suddenly you're transported. And it feels, as a recent example, it feels a bit like the clairvoyant spell that you cast, where it's like you're in this out-of-body perceptive situation. And you can look around and you can hear, you can actually use all your senses in this situation, except for touch, because you have no form. And you're in a familiar laboratory-like location. You see these large glass tubes. You see people standing in front of them, facing into them, wearing these crimson robes. And you see, now you can actually make out into the tubes. There are people from what seem to be no remarkable standing or anything. A lot of them look like a lot of the people you've passed the past few days on the highway. And they're sort of suspended in these tubes. And some of them look to be unconscious. Some of them look to be completely conscious and terrified and pounding on the glass, trying to break it, trying to get out. But there's no response, really no reaction from the crimson-robed figures just standing in front of them, observing them. And then after a moment, you're pulled back to the campfire.
I think I know where the abductees are going.
It actually showed you something? Like, that you wanted it to show you?
It did. I think there are these giant tubes and people who look like the people we've been passing on the highway are inside of them. Some are awake and pounding on the glass and no one is answering. And then these crimson robes are just watching. But if they're disappearing from the highway, they're close. They've got to be.
And you said they're in tubes?
They're like these cylindrical glass tubes. I don't know of magic that can transport people very far from, like, with carrying somebody. I don't know of magic that does that very often. At least very far.
The spells that you've been casting to find the cloak, would you do it for the tube?
I could try in the morning.
That is a good lead. You saw something that you can actually try to track. That's cool. Did the people look like they were, I don't know, like starving or maybe a little dazed?
Some were unconscious, but the others that were awake just looked terrified. And I mean, going from a highway to one of those. Did they look starving? Or does it look like they just came straight from the highway?
They looked, it was difficult to tell. I will say, and maybe I misspoke in how I described it, I'm not saying you saw a specific person. Like, hey, I saw them earlier and then they're in the tube. They look like your everyday type of people compared to like the type of people you've been passing. So you haven't like put a face together. I will say they look in various states. The ones that are sort of unconscious, some of them might look fairly gaunt, like they've been in there a long time, or they've been subjected to a lot of things. Some of the more conscious, angry, panicking ones, maybe they just arrived. They're all in different states of being.
They're all very different. Some look like they don't have much longer left, and others look like they just got there. It could be that these aren't the people who are going missing, but red cloaks making people disappear and then having everyday looking people in a lab, it seems too coincidental. Either that, or are they having abductions all over Seraphim, or... I feel like we would have heard gossip of that too, but we've only heard about the highway.
An easy place to find people. I mean, people, I don't know. We haven't heard of anyone who said, oh yeah, I tried to stop that. We just hear people saying they saw it happen.
Did the people have characteristics that are in common with each other, or do they look like maybe us?
GM?
In the time you were there and what you saw, you were not able to determine any type of pattern or common distinguishing factor among the people in the tubes.
It appears random.
Maybe it is. There's probably more than just searching for the rock that is happening.
What else would they be searching for, though?
I don't know, but I think this is another reason why, if we confront them, we need to talk to them. I would really like to know, because it's not just targeting people, it's keeping people. And you keep people for a purpose.
Well, if we could get them all in a similar situation, I could do my best to make them say the truth.
I like that plan. So we can try to find the tubes and help the people, but if we run into the red cloaks, we try to talk, at least. See if there's a way for us to help them. Give us a little bit more context.
They can, while they can't, if it does work, while they can't lie, they can still be manipulating. You can not tell the truth, but also not tell a lie.
Not like any other conversation. Sometimes when people are very scared, they're more likely to tell the truth.
I will try to connect with that kind of magic this evening then.
That's good. Also cool because you touched the rock and it did something more. So we need to keep that in mind.
Did you want to see what happens when you both touch it?
I'll try. Maybe I'll see red cloak people.
I still go back to that lab.
Oh.
So I do think that there is a connection there. So wherever you've been going, I think it will take you there.
I was more on board to touch it when it seemed like I wouldn't see that again. I'm not going to lie. Oh. But you did it, so I will do it. Okay. Hand it over.
Hands it over and cast guidance.
Okay. So you were able to cast guidance. You can hand it over. Dasha, as you go to touch the tier, if you would as well, please roll me a d20.
Okay. Okay, it's 11 on the d20 and a 1 on the guidance, so 12.
Okay, it's a 12. As you touch the stone, similar to Ember, it's beginning to get a little familiar, though still jolting. You're pulled, and the first thing you sense is the smell of blood and the smell of grass. And as you're able to look up, you were face down on that grassy knoll above the battle where you were stabbed from behind, and you heard that familiar voice. And with the last bit of consciousness you have left, you're able to turn and just shift your gaze slightly upward as you see this figure walk out from behind you and walk forward toward the battle. And you make out this sort of shaggy mop of dark brownish hair. And then you fall again, face down into the grass, and you're pulled back to the campfire. And if you would, please roll me a history check.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
A natural 20. So you're able to make this.
What's my... Okay, I have +0. I thought I had a negative. Okay, we're good.
No, it's still a nat 20 though, which is
okay.
Great. You're able to make that connection immediately to what you just saw, the name that came back to you last night, Zara's Toth, and what you saw a couple sessions ago in the grotto when you touched that stone while it was there right before purifying the water. And if you recall, which you do with a natural 20, you saw this figure with this mop of brown hair, with this light coming out from around them. And what you were able to discern from speaking with your companions, particularly from speaking with Malin, is that you all likely saw something happening in that moment, present day. So now you've connected these dots, that you saw this trusted right hand of you kill you, and you saw them present day. And that 20, like the bits of yarn connecting the map in your head are all coming together, and the picture is clear.
Need to put the rock down. I did not see the people in the tubes. I keep seeing the man that killed me, betrayed me so long ago. It makes my blood feel like it's on fire. And I feel like there's a very good chance that he is still here and connected to all of this.
So someone else is still alive from that long ago and killed you. And he's a part of regicide and he is still alive, meaning he was not killed for being a traitor.
I don't know if I was the traitor or not. He could have been, but I thought everyone wanted what I wanted. And I could have been wrong. When I died, the mortal armies failed. It's possible everyone wanted different things. I want to rip every limb from his body for killing me in such an underhanded way. I had a life, and he took it. And he was someone I trusted. So.
Do you wish to ask him why?
I don't know. Part of me wants to not have anything to do with him, because coming back, it was like I got to be Dasha, not Ilaria. Maybe I could do life again. But that fire is hot, so I want to temper it.
I could put a sending spell in your ring if you wish.
No. No.
Do you think he knows you're here?
I'm unsure. I haven't made a proclamation or anything. It was so long ago. Who would listen?
Why are things from 700 years ago popping up now?
That's the question.
Well, whatever you decide, I'm happy to help you.
Thank you. I am unsure if my vengeance lies in retribution or just being better this time. So I appreciate your patience.
Only you can decide what's best for you.
Well, I did that the first time. Didn't go so well. I think it's trying to decide how to decide. Is doing what's best for you always best for everyone? You would think a queen would know the answer, but yet I do not.
I don't know if anyone knows the answer, I guess.
Right. Well, Emilia, do you want to touch the rock? Have a turn? Get a little sad?
If you think it would be helpful.
This is for you to decide. Do you want to or no? You do not have to.
I want to be helpful. It's just you saw something helpful and Dasha's vision continued. And my last vision was just being dead in a ditch. I don't know how helpful it would be to touch it, but if you think it would help, I can touch it.
What do you want to do?
I don't really want to touch the sad rock.
Then don't touch it.
Okay, back in the bag.
Is that okay?
That is
Yeah.
great. And I am very proud of you.
Oh. Thanks.
You did wonderfully. And I think Ember will kind of just sit there for a while and ponder why these things are popping up again. Because this seems war related.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do with the evening?
Can I put my Missy Steps back in the ring?
You absolutely may, yes.
You.
And I'll also put a fine steed back in the ring.
Okay.
So I'll dismiss Dandelion to go.
And for flavor, what does it look like when you dismiss the steed?
I think it probably is one of those out of sight, out of mind things. So I would go up to where Dandelion and Oak are tethered and just let them know. All right, I will call on you when the time comes again. And I think it would just kind of be a natural horse walks into like the distance until it slowly disappears.
So you see this incredible horizon, epic walk-off of these steeds off into the mist.
Yeah.
Yes, Ember.
Did anyone know who Dasha's right hand was Was this like common knowledge or was this something hidden?
I wouldn't say it's common knowledge. It's probably somewhere in between. Certainly not hidden, but as a right hand, this is not someone who held, like, what's the right word for? It was a very functional type of role. Let's put it that way. Not like a big public facing, not like a vice president or anything. It's more of a functional type of trusted confidant. So, I mean, if you saw them in public a lot, maybe. Or if you faced them in battle, maybe.
When Dasha gave speeches, would he have been there every time?
More than likely, yeah.
Would Ember know who this is?
I would say the name may not be familiar to you, but if you want to roll a history check for me.
Guidance. I don't even think with the guidance that's going to do a whole lot. That's 9, 10, 11, 12.
I would say if you were given a more detailed description, you might be able to place the connection. Like, hey, I may have seen him in the grandstand or something at some sort of event.
Ember's going to drop it. Ember's trying to just piece together what she knows, what she's heard, and almost like building up that visionary board with the red yarn, trying to piece things together.
Yeah, I think Yasha's probably pretty quiet the rest of the night.
And as you settle in, it's getting late into the evening now. Still raining. I would say not storming as much. Do we want to establish a watch?
Yeah, I think since we have a feeling we might run into them tomorrow.
Hey. Dasha, is that you? Are you up first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
If you would. Sorry, I just want something too. If you would roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. 12.
A 12. So as things calm down, and everyone starts to go into their evening downtime and to sleep. It's a quieter night. The rain continues as a drizzle. Soft crack and hiss of the fire and the rain. And you hear sort of the sounds of the forest around you and twigs, leaves, these type of things. And you have kind of a slight sense of uneasiness. And then suddenly, a very stark smell of whiskey hits you, like someone's breath. And then you feel cold steel on your throat. And you hear, "Don't move a muscle, love." And that's what we're going to call the session.
Thank you for watching session 7 of Ascension. If you're excited for the next episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you'll be notified when it's posted. Also, please ensure you check out our players' social media profiles linked in the description below. Until next time.